Welcome back to Run and Gun. I'm JT, and in this video I'm going to show you guys how to use my neon portrait overlay pack, and we can see what the before and the after of this image look like. Here's before. This is a neon portrait that I took in Manhattan with Spider-Gwen here, and we used a little bit of a prism to reflect these neons, but I really wanted to emphasize that. I wanted to bring out some of these pinks that were already there in the image. And I love the dreamlike, surrealistic feel that this image now has. It really just goes above and beyond the original photo. And that's exactly why I made my neon overlay pack, which I have available on my website at therunandgun.com/shop. And I will have a direct link in the description. But neons are unfortunately disappearing around the world, and they're being replaced with LED signs that don't really necessarily have the same vibe or aesthetic as neon. So I created this neon overlay pack because I know not everyone has access to neons like this, and I wanted you guys to also have the ability to add this aesthetic or these glows to your images as well. So let's break down how to add my neon overlays to our portrait. So we can turn this layer on and off, and you can see here's the before, here's the after. We are in Photoshop right now. I can go ahead and I will delete the overlay, and let's start over from scratch and show you how I created it from the beginning. You can use Photoshop or you can use any other editing software that allows you to use blend modes. So let's take a look at some of our overlays that we have to choose from. I have 25 different neon overlays in this pack. They come in all sorts of colors and they are super high resolution. So I believe I picked this one, so we can just click it, drag and drop into Photoshop. And you can see here we can scale our image up and down to fit our portrait. So I'm going to go and I'm going to set my blend mode on my neon overlay layer to screen. Now it's starting to look a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and scale this image up, make it a little bit larger. Again, you can scale these up quite a bit without getting any sort of loss in quality. I think that looks pretty good, and when I'm okay with that, I can hit enter or return on the keyboard to save my transform, and that's looking pretty good. I think I could use a little bit more down here. So what's also great about this overlay pack is you can mix and match. So let's grab another overlay. Let's see what we have here. I kind of like this first one. So again, let's click, drag and drop, and I'm going to rotate this one around. I really love how these magenta pink tones match Spider-Gwen's outfit. Gonna select my blend mode, set it to screen again. That's starting to look better. Scale this image to make it fit. And that's looking pretty darn good. Now, if this is a little bit too much, I can always hit Control M or Command M on the keyboard and use my curves to turn these down just a touch. Maybe I want to turn down the shadows a touch so my portrait comes through a little bit. Make those highlights pop. That looks good. And then I'm going to do the same thing to my other overlay. I'm going to add a little bit of contrast so my model pops out. That looks pretty darn good. And I'm going to hit OK. I love the way that looks. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these two layers. I'm going to select this layer and shift select this layer and hit Command E. And you can see we're going to have to set our layer back to screen. But now it is one merged layer of neon overlays on top of our portrait. So that is how you add a neon overlay to your portrait, and that is how you mix and match different neon overlays together to create super unique custom neon overlays out of the neon pack. And the real limit is just your imagination. There are infinite possibilities of different overlays you can mix and match. You can also change colors. If I want to hit Command U on the keyboard, we can adjust our hues to our image. So maybe the blue and magenta isn't quite working. Maybe I want to turn these pink and purple and red. That's kind of cool. Or maybe I want to go for more of a green and blue. I can just adjust the hue. In my hue and saturation, I actually really like the way this looks. I'm going to hit OK, and we can look at this image. I think that looks pretty awesome. I'm super happy with the way this neon overlay turned out with this neon portrait. Again, we can shut this layer off to see our original. pretty cool, but we can always do a little bit more, and boom. And I think that looks awesome. It just sucks you into this surrealistic neon world with Spider-Gwen. I'm really happy with the way this neon portrait turned out. Again, you can find my neon overlay pack on my website at therunandgun.com/shop, and I will have a link in the description below. And be sure to keep an eye out for more presets, LUTs, and neon overlay packs in the future. Until next time, get out and go shoot.